What is up, everybody? Today will probably be one of my craziest videos I've made on this channel. So let's just get into it. First off here, we have a 40% chance of this developing just near Jamaica. Most tracks show it right now if it does do anything, which I think it should by the end of the week, going up towards Haiti and there's swerving off to sea, but there is a chance that it goes into the Gulf or hits up into Cuba. So we got to continue looking out for that. But besides that, the Atlantic hurricane season looks like it might be done for this year, at least for now. Maybe December will bring some more hurricanes, but the waters will be a lot cooler, hopefully in December. So yeah. So for day 2, which is tomorrow, October 30th, we have an enhanced risk. So I will more than likely be live for this enhanced risk. If I don't, that means all the stuff has went down. And if I do, that means it's either an enhanced risk still or has upgraded to a moderate risk, which could be a possibility, but I highly doubt that it's going to be a moderate risk. So if we go down, the places included in this, which is 3 million people that are going to be affected by this enhanced risk. Kansas City, Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, Topeka, Kansas, and Othley, Kansas. In the yellow, which is the slight risk, there is 12 million people, including Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington. And in the marginal risk, which you should still be concerned if you're in the marginal risk, because there could be some tornadoes as far up as Madison, Wisconsin, later on, which includes 21 million population. Omaha, St. Louis, Lincoln, Madison, and Des Moines. So that is pretty much this. So this includes, this tornado risk is my main concern tomorrow, because we could see some big time tornadoes over here in the Sig Severe category nearby Kansas City. I did see some over on X that there could be some supercells in the Kansas City metro area. I don't know if that's true. We are not that far away to figure that out, but who knows? But currently in the Sig Severe is Topeka, Manhattan, Emporia, Junction City, and El Dorado, Kansas. So if you're anywhere in these tornado risks that I'm showing you right now, please be prepared tomorrow. As I said, it could be all the way up to Madison, Wisconsin. This also comes with a big damaging wind threat too, which is a big time concern for me, as if this continues pushing up into my area. I know I have a camper that's down south in a lot of wooded area, and the trees are weak right now due to the drought, so they can fall over with gust of wind, which, yeah. 30% risk for wind, though, including Kansas City, Overland Park, Kansas City, Topeka, and Othley, Kansas. So just be ready for those high winds, and make sure you secure all your Halloween decorations. If you're anywhere around here, I would say, even though we're one day away from Halloween, and I don't want you guys to be disappointed, bring some of those inflatable Halloween decorations inside, because it's going to blow away, or at least keep them down and not up. And if you have like any non-inflatable decorations that can still, those can still blow away in the 30% risk, like one of those big old Halloween statues things, try and move that into a garage or something and then bring it out after the storms. I'm honestly feeling bad for people in this risk, though, because it's just a day away from Halloween. Like, couldn't have happened either never or if it had to happen after Halloween. I'm just glad it ain't on Halloween. But you know what is happening on Halloween? More storms. And this area is going to be nearby me. Actually, I am probably going to be included in the marginal risk tomorrow if this updates to slight risk or just expands. The marginal risk includes Indianapolis, Austin, Memphis, Louisville, and Fort Wayne, which is 2 million population. I don't see much of a risk, maybe up into like Michigan and a little bit of Ohio and Indiana could see a little bit of a 2% tornado risk through this. And of course, there's going to be the hail risk and the damaging wind risk. The damaging wind risk will probably be the biggest risk here with maybe a 15% risk, maybe up into the Ohio Valley. But I just don't know yet. We'll find out tomorrow. So for the precipitation, as you can see, majority of the inches are falling in the areas that are going to see the most rain, such as Wisconsin to Texas. But if we look up here into this little area, you can see that there is going to be some sort of precipitation up there from our next storm system that we will talk about next week. 6 to 10 temperature outlook. It's going to be a warm Halloween for the east, but a shivering cold Halloween for people over here in Arizona. So get ready for those storms, and then as you see in the middle, there's going to be some storms, but just get ready for the shivering cold over there in Arizona and the very warm, possibly world record breaking of history in your city heat for Halloween. So just get ready for that. Precipitation is also not going to be no joke. There's above average precipitation for the 6 to 10 day for like all of Oklahoma, and then majority of Texas, majority of Kansas, majority of Missouri, New Mexico is included, and then we are still going to be getting not as much rain over here in Ohio, West Virginia, the places that need it. Texas area also needs the rain, though, so it will soon be coming into the Ohio Valley and give us some rain. And then below average for people over in the San Francisco area. So it will be a dry Halloween for those people over in San Francisco. Dry and cold Halloween. And then it's going to be a cold and wet Halloween for people in Texas and Oklahoma and in Ohio and Kentucky and West Virginia. It could be a warm Halloween for majority of the East. So, yeah. So first of all, let's look at the hurricane that's trying to develop. As you see on this radar, it does not look like it's developing. It's trying to do some. You can see a spin getting together down here. If I zoom in, and it tries to get itself together, so it should possibly develop by Thursday or Friday, I would say. But let's bring it back and go up here to Wyoming, where it's definitely snowing. 1 inch of snow has fallen in those areas. And ain't going to stop. And as you see in Nebraska, there's some little snow coming off of that too. So, yeah. And you see it's very windy, especially up here in the New York, Long Island. Could be very windy. But that wind is just going to get worse. So if we continue on, as you see in the morning of Wednesday, some storms start to pop up. Not that big and bad storms, but it pops up into the Kansas area, which is where the tornado threat is the highest. And then if we continue it on, by 8 a.m., we could start to see some heavier rain, possibly up to 0.70 inches. But that's not even the worst part. If we continued on, you can see the amount of rain and snow that's happening over here. It's crazy. Going all the way down to New Mexico. Look at all this wind pushing up into those storms. That's the tornado threat. And you can see winds pushing down and winds pushing up. That creates some possible tornadoes. So at this time, I think the tornado threats are going to start to ramp up, especially around Wichita, as it gets closer and starts meeting with the air from Canada that's pushing down and meeting with the air from the Gulf, which is pushing up. So if we continue this, you see it's still trying to fight. By 4 p.m., we could see a big line going all the way up to Michigan. Still going to be windy in Ohio and other places, but you see a mass amount of wind. That's why there's a 30% chance of seeing damaging winds. But there is a massive amount of wind here. If we continue it on to 7 p.m., I think down here near the Oklahoma border, we could see some tornadoes up into possibly Kansas City. But this is when stuff starts to try to die down a little bit. But I think we could still see some tornadoes start to try to pop up into the Oklahoma area. By 11 p.m., the threat up here has really died down a lot. But if we look, the dip is now going down to Oklahoma, where will be the more tornado threats in Oklahoma and Texas. And then by the start of Thursday, around Thursday at 2 a.m., still down into Dallas, could be seeing some thunderstorms. And then if we continue up the line, the threat will be kind of down. Wind, this will be a wind event after this, continuing on throughout this area. And you see it starts to break apart. Dallas will get some. Arkansas will see some rain. And then by the time it makes it over to the Ohio area, around 3 p.m., Memphis will be seeing some heavy showers by 3 p.m. But by 3 p.m., majority of the rain and thunder will be gone. But then we see these. Severe weather day number 2, 8 p.m. If you are in Ohio, for instance, up near Lima, you might want to bring a little bit of a jacket, for those areas. So, and same with if you're down here in Tell City, you're definitely going to want to bring a jacket or just cancel Halloween altogether. And same for down here near Oxford, Mississippi. You might want to bring a very good jacket. But that is pretty much all that I have to say. We will start to see more. And also there's going to be some intense snow up into Wisconsin, as you see. They start to move through, and some snow will happen in the Wisconsin area. But that is pretty much all I have to say. I will be live tomorrow sometime, probably around 4. I still got to make the thumbnail. I'm going to do that tonight, and then go to bed, go to school in the morning, and then head home and start the live stream. So, yeah, you'll probably see this video on the day the storm is happening, but I'm going to try making it go quicker. So, yeah. See ya. Goodbye.